Welcome. I wanted to share with you a model where we've had some success with helping clients improve their strategic thinking. And the idea starts with we all think in certain directions, and predominantly in workplaces, we're trained to and asked to think about where are we now and where do we want to get to, and think out into the future by mapping out and planning strategically through SWOTs and other strategic planning tools, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, etc. And moving in that direction is valuable for us to think in that direction. But the other directions that I wanted to add in terms of enhancing your ability to think strategically, and not just time-bound and linear, but they also add in how you can get greater context with your thinking. It's also a common expression to get off the dance floor and on the balcony by looking upward into different contexts, your team, your division, your department, your organisation, your industry, even right up to the world, depending on what level of leader that you are. And that view of thinking, or that direction of thinking, can really be helpful as well. But the view of thinking that really enriches genuine strategic thinking also considers that you look back without dwelling too much, look back into the past to consider, reflect, think about what worked and what didn't work in the past. That direction of thinking can also be valuable. The final direction of thinking that really adds some value into your ability to think strategically is looking down and what I call in, to gain insight. If you have insight, it's a function of your ability to understand your values, your beliefs, your biases, even your assumptions, and look at them to help you think well. If you know what your beliefs are, if you know what your values are, you can think well. And that's what we call looking down, or thinking down below the surface of the water into your underberg of your iceberg. Of course, there are both strengths and pitfalls for looking in these different directions. Looking too far out in the future means we outsource our happiness to the future. We can get hung up on once we get here out of the future, then everything will be okay. But really all we've got is now and the present to focus our energies. The same with thinking too big picture, or thinking too sort of elevated in our view the whole time. Your head sort of gets stuck in the clouds up here. Looking back too much also has the pitfall of lamenting or regretting. Looking down too much, some people would call that navel gazing. So again, each one of these directions of thinking can be helpful, but they also have a pitfall that you need to consider. I hope that's been helpful for you.